Yom Revii, 20 Elul, 5783, Wednesday, September 6th, 2023, 8:24 local time, AM. Today is Wednesday. The Meister Merkava, using the template, the blueprint of the days of creation to navigate, mediate, mitigate, and interact with and to influence the physical world of Asiyah in the business context. Another example of how this program is used, the PL-89 calendar, PL-89 system, in the Meister Merkava division of the PL-89. Deriving a lot of the material for this program has been derived from the teaching of Ariel Cohen Aloro, which a big theme is Esav making peace with Esav, Yaakov and Esav, but the ultimate redemption comes from a peace between Yaakov and Esav. And if Esav is known as the Western world, so names like John, Bob, Kevin, Steve, these have their roots in the Torah also. And the focus of this work that I'm involved with the PL-89 is to extract the nitzotzot, the holy sparks of the names of the English world that are rooted in Torah. And the Meister Merkava is one way of doing that. So today's Wednesday. So, as it was shown in a previous video, for Hebrew gematrias, they use about 4 different gematrias, like the regular Mispar Seder, which is the ordinal of the Aleph Beis, and then there's Mispar Katan, just only one, just single digits, and I call that Binyamin gematria. It's the smallest tribe. There's a reason for that. The smallest number. But anyway, for English gematria, it uses 10 different results for one word. So the postulate is that the name Bob, like Bob Jones, Bob Smith, Bob Johnson, Bob, it's a good old classic American name. Bob has its root, its shoresh in Wednesday, Yom Revii. And why would this be? Okay. When you go to the Gematrinator, yesterday, this is from what I've seen one of the best gematria calculators on the web. It has all kinds of English, Hebrew, Greek. It has Atbash. It has but for even like in the Hebrew itself, it has Albam. It has stuff that like many people don't use. But anyway, what I use for English. So let's say I'm going to type in the name Bob. Okay. Bob. Okay. For Bob, you have, there's many more results. You want to look at the ciphers, you have all these ciphers. You have ciphers that, stuff that I don't use, but I've narrowed it down to 10 different ciphers, which is quite a bit. If you put in one name like John or Steve or Alan, and Alan becomes 10 different results, and you can see 10 different ideas. By just saying the word Alan, I already think in my mind 10 different thoughts instantly. So the idea is when you say, okay, hey, Bob called me up yesterday, automatically in my mind, I have 10 different choices of what I can think about in the next minute. 10 choices of thoughts. Bob is not just Bob. Bob is Parker. Bob is voice. Bob is horse. Bob is Keith. Bob is Eitz Chaim. Bob is Adam. But I'm off the top of my head. I'm reviewing all the things that Bob could be because I'm looking at the choices. I'm telling you that Bob could be a substitute. Tamura. It could be an exchange for something. So I put in Bob. Okay. Now, these are all the ciphers that I use: full reduction, reverse full reduction, English ordinal, reverse English ordinal, Sumerian. That means every letter is times 6. So A is 6, B is 12, C is 18, etc. Jewish, it's its own cipher. It's the English alphabet that parallels the Hebrew alphabet. It goes by ones, then tens, then hundreds. But you're doing it with the English alphabet. Okay, it's Jewish. Septenary, this is a cipher where it goes up to 7 and then 7 down, and then up to 7 again and then 7 down. Prime numbers, okay, each is prime numbers, like A is the first prime number. Now, from what I learned from Ariel Cohen-Oloro is that in Hebrew, primes, 1 is a prime number, but in this is 2 is the first prime number, like in conventional mathematics. But since this is going according to the sheet of Esav, it's good. It's we're using it anyway. It's a triangle numbers. This plus this plus this, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. And squares, all the square numbers. You put the alphabet like square numbers, okay? Now, Bob, in this system, the main one is the most conventional gematria. Is like A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. If you do that, that's like the most classic. That's like doing regular Hebrew gematria. Like Aleph is 1, Yud is 10, and Kuf is 100, etc. So if I put in Bob, I'm going to get English ordinal of 19. You can see here. So this ties into the Merkavah because when you go to Wednesday, you'll see Vahi Erev Boker Yom Revii. This happened in where? Pasuk 19. That means that Bob has its root in Wednesday because Bob equals 19. And Wednesday is Pasuk 19. So now Bob has a logical, valid, meaningful, legitimate root in Yom Revii, in Wednesday. And how can I prove that this works in the business world? Okay, you'll ask me, you'll say, very nice, you came up with something creative, and you made some connections on where Bob is in the Torah, but how do you use this in the business world? Okay, but for the sake of privacy, I'm not going to say the names of the people, but I get an email, and his person's name is Bobby, okay, and it was actually Wednesday. But it's not enough that you just do it one day. You have to see it over a period of time, take a statistical analysis of which names come in to the days. I'm just saying today was Wednesday, and someone with this name, a variant of this name, emails me, and today's Wednesday. That shows that there's a connection, that validates this. That shows that this is a good method of deriving. That Bob is, yes, in fact, connected in a practical way. What do you do with that information? What do you do with the fact that Bob comes up on Wednesday? Well, if you have a call center and you're making a selection of names to call, you create the data according to these principles, and then the idea is that you'd be more effective. It would do many things. It would allow for a more successful business because you're running it according to the Torah idea. On the other hand, and the other way, it can do something like tikkunim. Maybe someone named Bob in that company needs to hear from you today. So you now have a map. You now have a guide of who to call based on Torah. That's another example of the utility of the PL-89 calendar division of the Maisa Merkava. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a great day.